Good morning, Bulldogs. Hope you had a great weekend. Please stand for the morning ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Like I said, good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Some celebrations here. First of all, on their twice, I don't know why, but our Academic Challenge Bowl team were champions last week after they crushed Geneseo. I just like to say that we crushed Geneseo. Great job, guys, on a championship season there. And then also out to a great start, our Masterminds team. They're undefeated after taking on 4 different schools last week and coming out on top each time. So once again, great job to those competing for Livonia Middle High School. An event that's being planned right now through our student council and Mr. O'Keefe and Mrs. Catracha. We're looking to put together a fun day for the last day before holiday break, which is coming up in about 2.5 weeks. We have to be on December 23rd, it'll be that Thursday. We have Friday off. We're trying to put together a fun day that is for students in grades 6 through 12. We have to divide the school in half to make that work. It's similar to how we did the class meetings and the opening ceremony at the beginning of the year. The school by numbers, by grade, splits more 50-50 when we go 6, 9, and 10, 12, because we have a large number of students in our 10th grade, just the way it works. So when people were asking me last week why certain grades are together, 6, 9, and 10, 12 is kind of how the building splits in half. So looking through what the day looks like at the moment, now this is still kind of being sorted out through our student leaders and, like I said, through student council. But starting through grades 10 through 12, there some sort of a talent show, possibly first block. And then we have Mr. Scott Fitch coming back in town. He's got a great connection with Livonia and the Livonia community. He's currently not only works for Jostens, but he's also the varsity basketball coach at Fairport High School. Amazing person, does a great job with motivational speaking. He's going to be doing an assembly second block for students 10 through 12. That'll be in the auditorium also. We'll probably have a break between those two. And then we'll have lunch. And there'll be hot chocolate provided during lunch, and then you'll board buses halfway through lunch to go to the movies in Geneseo. And you'll be signing up. More will come on the movies. You'll be signing up. You'll have to pay. It's $5 a student. And if you have trouble paying, make sure you reach out to myself or any of the administrators or teachers in the building. Will help you out. But we're looking to go to Geneseo for a movie and then ride back to school. Students 6 through 9 will be similar. 6th and 7th graders will go to class first block. You can watch a talent show virtually. A little bit in the first block, you'll be boarding the buses to go to the movie in the morning. 8th and 9th grade students will be doing dodgeball in the gym during first block after you check in with your first block teacher. And then once again, you'll be loading, going to the movie, coming back for lunch. Then you have your assembly with Mr. Fitch. And then at the end of the day, 6th and 7th graders will be in the varsity gym for dodgeball. And you can't see it there because it kind of got cut off, but students in grades 8 and 9, you'd be going back to class to watch the talent show from the morning. So once again, your student leaders, Mrs. Catracha, Mr. O'Keefe, are putting together a great day. This may change. We don't have to look very far to see school districts that are closing because of the COVID numbers, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. That's why we got to be safe. That's why we got to wear a mask, because while some schools near us are closed, we're trying to plan a fun day to go to the movies and do some cool things here in the building on that last day before break. So a lot of it's going to depend on what's going on with the numbers. So we need to be safe. We need to follow the guidelines. And another thing to add on this, obviously, if you have any discipline issues between now and the 23rd, that could very well jeopardize whether you're going on this day. We're not going to take people on this trip if we can't trust you to behave especially during less supervised situations, such as lunch in the hallway, seminar, in the bathroom, tend to be the areas where some of our students still tend to struggle sometimes. If that's you, you have a good chance of not being part of this day. And we want you to be part of this day. So over the next 2.5 weeks, this gives you something to look forward to. And even if for some reason the numbers go up and we can't do the trip to the movie, our student council is working really hard to plan other fun activities that can happen here on campus. But right now, this is what we're looking at, and hopefully things will continue the way they are. And some sort of version of this day is going to be how it'll fall into place for the 23rd. So more to come on that. Listen to the announcements about how to sign up for the movie, which movie you can sign up to go see. There'll be 2 or 3 different choices. and I'm sure there's going to be some good ones. Spider-Man's coming out. I want to see that one. So there'll be a couple different things you can pick from, but more to come on that. So just pay attention to the announcements, and the time to sign up will be coming up soon. Other great things coming this week. The RPO is happening this afternoon. I tape this on Sunday. And then this week and next week, we have our holiday concerts coming back in play. And this is really cool because it's been 2 years since we've had concerts in the auditorium to showcase you amazing students and our outstanding music department. So I know I'm very thankful to have these happening again. It's really something that I've missed over the last 2 years. Once again, things we need to focus on. Number one, you'll see some decorations popping up. We have breakfast with Santa coming up next weekend. You'll see the auditorium being decorated for the holiday concert, the RPO concert that happened on Sunday, and the holiday concerts that are coming up. Just make sure you're respectful. Once again, this comes with who wants to come with us on the 23rd. But make sure that, Livonia, we have a lot of things that pop up in the hallway around the holiday season. Make sure you're respectful and you're safe around those things, and we don't touch any of the decorations. We keep them looking just the way they were when they put up. Bathrooms, once again, still the number one reason why we have students that aren't with us right now. You shouldn't have more than a handful in the bathroom at a time. There should never be more than one person in the stall. Surprisingly, someone last week told me they never heard that rule yet. So I think this is probably the 150th time I've said it. But if you have not heard it till now, there should not be more than one person in the stall. If there is, then there'll be a consequence. And once again, masks. Many of you have gotten numerous, and numerous is a very kind word to use, reminders to pull your mask up over your nose. Remember, we want to stay in business. We want trips like the movie trip to happen. We want athletics to happen. We want spectators to be at games. We want holiday concerts. We haven't had holiday concerts in 2 years. We want those things to continue. A lot of why we wear masks, especially in the hallways, why we wear them correctly, it's all about math. It's all about the numbers. Whether you believe in it or not, wearing masks limits the number of cases, limits the number of cases of individuals who need to be hospitalized, limits the number of cases you have in your community. And in that way, it keeps us in business, keeps us from shutting down, keeps the health department from having us close and have to go remote, or having us have limitations on what we do, whether it's going to the movies or watching sporting events or having concerts in the auditorium. So it's all about the numbers. It's not about stopping it from ever happening. It's about limiting the number of cases so that they're manageable. And that's what it's been about all along. So when you're in the hallway, wear your mask correctly. If you're not, it's either you're being selfish and only thinking about yourself versus thinking about the greater good of the whole group and all of us in the school, all of us in the community, all of us in your town, your parents, your families, or you're just kind of ignorant to the math behind it. But either way, you're sending a message when we have to keep reminding you every single day. It's not a good one. So wear your mask appropriately, and let's keep ourselves in business, and let's keep these things happening, like the movie trip, like the talent show, like these concerts and sporting events. So wear your mask correctly when you're in the hallway. Make sure it's up over your nose and your mouth, and make sure we're safe. And like I said, I'm very thankful that we're having these concerts and these things coming back into play, like the movie trip, because for a couple of years we didn't have it. Like I said, we haven't had a concert in the auditorium like this in a couple of years. So it's easy to be thankful when things are going well, but it's even more important during the tough times. Think of how negative emotions like anger make you feel. The opposite happens when you're thankful. And we should all be thankful for what we're going through right now. But a lot of us might be struggling. So when you're struggling, it might be hard. But when you are thankful, you become happier, you become healthier, you have less stress, you sleep better, you have stronger relationships. So no matter what you're going through, focusing on what you're thankful for can pull you through. And yes, finding gratitude when times are tough isn't always simple. It's not always easy. Find gratitude and be thankful for something when you're struggling. But the best in people often comes out in the worst situations. And this happens because focusing on what we're thankful for blocks or at least balances out negative emotions like anger, resentment, depression, disappointment, and regret. So no matter who or where you are, everyone can find at least one thing they're thankful for. By allowing yourself to turn to gratitude, you can find hope even in the darkest times. And being thankful will drive acts of kindness, which one action can spark a chain reaction. When you do something kind, others notice and often pay it forward without even thinking. We have a lot to be thankful for, Bulldogs. A lot of good things happen in Bulldog country. A lot of cool things happening down the road here in the next few weeks as we move into the holiday season. Take time to think about the things you're thankful for. and make sure we're smart and we're safe and respectful. And I'll leave you on this quote from Oprah Winfrey: be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. Be concentrated on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. So once again, think smart, be smart, and stay strong, Bulldogs.